going to be the Ignite, but this is going to go national. First Lady's going to say a whole lot more about my son.
Oh my goodness. I am so unbelievably proud of Brandon. I mean, this is his dream, and to be here to witness his dream and to be here also to see all of the wonderful people and how they support Brandon is amazing. God is so great and wonderful. And I prayed with my son this morning, and I prayed that he would have a successful event. And guess what? It is successful.
When he's on PIC TV network, we had an interview with him. He almost stopped preaching. He almost preached on my TV network.
Oh yeah, we saw it.
You got a great network.
And when he coming back again,
you do a tremendous job.
Thank you, Pastor Matthew.
Thank you.
My name is Ruben Flowers. I've been with Southwest Airlines 31 years. I'm a captain with Southwest. Sitting next to me is my son.
My name is also Ruben. I'm a first officer at Southwest Airlines for 1 month, and today we'll be flying my dad's retirement flight. He was hired 2 weeks before I was born, so I've grown up a Southwest baby and given everything I've had through him for me to be able to be raised in Southwest. As a child, I used to go down to the training center down in Dallas.
He was flying a simulators at Southwest Airlines before he even had a driver's license. So I said, I know where he's going to end up. I thought I was going to be the only one. Then my brother came right behind me, and then my cousin came over, and I said, oh, what's going on here? I got 2 more coming, though. My daughter's a pilot, and my youngest kid is a pilot.
He's left a legacy of people as far as friendships and family members and careers that he's actually have under him. And it's a special day. And for myself, I would not be here if it wasn't for him. From my heart, I would like to thank my brother for everything.
He's always been just a phone call away. When I was a young pilot flying in the middle of nowhere, I could always call and Ruben was right there.
Know the legacy that he's carried on here. I don't think he understands how many people he has touched. For me to come to this company and hear how much my dad has affected other people and how it's carrying over to me, and then as well, like my friends, like hearing them speak about Adopt a Pilot and such things. It's just been an amazing feeling for me to grow up. A lot of people, I feel like, they look up to me as a pilot, and it's all because I looked up to him.
I've been with Southwest so long, and I feel like it's all a family, and you never lose your family. So I'll be back. I'll be back in the back of the plane. I'll have family up in front of the plane flying me where I want to go, and family in the back of the plane getting me where I want to go. And when I approach the airport, anyone who's got a Southwest badge on is family. With Southwest Airlines, a career with a heart, it's everybody coming together for one goal, and that's to get people to their destinations, to their loved ones safe. And it's a big family here at Southwest that do all that they can to make that happen for you. I love this airlines, and it's a good feeling. I hate to leave, but I'm happy to see my son start his journey here. Wish I had more time to fly.
So there's an old saying, like father, like son, and that is certainly the case here. Captain Ruben Flowers just retired as a Southwest pilot after nearly 31 years in the sky. Throughout his career, he shared his passion with many young aviators. Look at this picture.
Look at that.
Through the Adopt a Pilot program, but none more special than his own son, also named Ruben. And we are joined by Ruben and Ruben right now. Good morning.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Good morning.
Oh my God, you spoke in unison. I just can't. This is the cutest thing ever. Okay, I have to ask Dad Ruben. Now I'm hungry. I want a Ruben sandwich, but I have to ask Dad Ruben, is your son just like you?
Yes, he is. We're just alike.
Now, Ruben, I have to ask you, what's the biggest difference between you and your dad?
I guess the age.
So
Hey, what a great day to start off the Father's Day presentation on PIC TV Network. And I want to send a lot of love out to the pilots, Ruben and his son. And this is a special tribute to all of you watching right now. It's the PIC TV Network kickoff for our Father's Day, amazing Father's Day presentation today. And I'm blessed to have with us Dr. Sheila McGrew from down in Alabama. She's a PIC TV network business manager. She's also honoring her dad. She's gonna say a lot of good things about her dad. We're gonna put his picture up, and we got Minister Rob on here. He's from Georgia. He's gonna be talking about his dad, and we're gonna show you a part of my mini movie. I have a mini movie. It's only 6 minutes, folks. It's Make Me a Good Dad. I star in it. I produce it. I direct it. I do some acting. So I wanted to do something for Father's Day, and yeah, my mini movie is out, and we're gonna post it tonight, and hopefully that you guys will be blessed by this presentation. So let's have our special guest to come up with me, and let's talk today. How you doing today, Dr. Sheila McGrew? How's Dad?
He's doing well, and everything is doing great down here in Alabama. Great weather.
Yeah. Oh, that's when I want to come. When no tornadoes, no storms.
No storms and tornadoes for right now.
Right now. Hey, Mr. Rob, how you doing, Rob?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Man, oh man, we doing so good. You know, we taking time out to honor fathers. You know, and the making of a father is my mini movie I have coming out. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But let's talk about honoring amazing fathers. And let's get right into it with Dr. Sheila. Dr. Sheila, we have a person that you want to talk about and you want to brag about. And let's talk about this man of faith right there. Who is this? Who is this, Dr. Sheila?
This is my dad. This is Bishop Walter McGrew. And my dad is the proud father of 12 of his own biological children.
Wow.
With my mom. Yes, it was a little over baker's dozen in that house. It was 14 of us out in that house, and he got us all through school and many of them through college and some business owners, and we're just very proud of what he's accomplished, especially with his upcoming and his upbringing, losing both of his parents at a very early age, and him being the youngest child out of the group of, I believe he had like 6 siblings or so, and him being the youngest in losing his mother and father at such a young age. His life was not that easy. It just wasn't, because he was born in 1935. Wow. So he's a child of the Depression age. So you know how that was harsh even during then. But he's always been a man of great faith and believed in education and educating his children. And at the age of 72, I believe it was 72 or 73, he got his GED. So he made sure to go back to school himself to complete his education. It was very important. So I am so happy and just honored for this man of God to be my father.
Wow, yeah, and I just love that picture, you know, and he's worth double honor, you know, on Father's Day, and to have him to be on our screen. He made it to PIC TV network, and I know he's gonna be watching. Pops, we love you. You know, you raised a good family, and I can see all the love that you put in you, right in your daughter, you know, Dr. Sheila McGrew. And I want to bring up Minister Greg and let him elaborate, because I know he just wants to talk. I can see him smiling in the green room right now. He's smiling. I know he got some things to say about this beautiful photo of Dad. Come on, Greg.
Yeah, I just, when I looked at him, I said, man, you know, when I looked at his face, I just saw a deep well of wisdom. And I said, man, to sit at his feet and glean, you know, because when you have, and I mean, raising 12 biological children, and to not run out of his responsibility, I'm pretty sure he is full of stories. And of course, me, I'm more partial to the ministry side of it, you know. Man, that would be awesome just to hear him expound on that, you know. And Man, that's awesome.
Yes, in September we will be celebrating 66 years of pastoral ministry. 66 years.
Wow, praise God. That is awesome. That is awesome. Because he said he was born 1935.
He was born in 1935.
35. And he's still living today?
Oh yes, he's 89 years old.
89, yeah, because I mean, and I look at him, I look at because my father, he's born 1933. But he died at 85. So when I look into his, his soul and spirit, I was like, wow, he job well done, my good and faithful servant. So
yes. My dad, he's just been an influence not only on his children but also throughout the entire community, and even developing a park in our area in the name of the W. Armour Group Outreach Development and Education Program, which is a 501c3 in our area. But we have a beautiful park that the community and the kids can come and just celebrate, and that was also a dream of his, and he's continuing to dream. He's a visionary. He's continuing. His mind is always going. So even at the ripe age of 89, he's still kicking, But I would like to make sure to mention that also with my mom passed away in 2001, but Dad did remarry, and she had two wonderful children, and he's adopted them as his own as well. Everybody was grown, but hey, we're still considered kids under him. So my stepsister, my stepbrother, unfortunately, he had passed away, but he sees all of us as his children. So
Amen.
Dad is just a go-getter. He's still a go-getter right now, and there's nothing about him that's slowing down, and we're just really happy about that.
Amen. And that's due because he has sown so much. That's why God has preserved him so well. And that's the reward, the just reward for sowing as much as he has into, and as you stated, even community wide. So I mean, I know that he is a father to many in the community where you guys live. It's just awesome to see our leaders, or I'm trying to find the word. I agree with answers. I say I don't want him to be dead. I agree with answers. I say no, he's still alive. I'm trying to find another. Yeah, I'm trying to find another word opposite of ancestor, but
our patriarch.
We stand. Yeah, patriarch. We stand. There you go. We stand on his shoulders, and they don't make them like that anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, nothing against modern day clergy, but there are just certain values that when I look into his soul, I just see the certain values that, and because of the times we live in, it escapes a lot of clergy and ministers because of the new, air quote, new way of doing ministry, I mean, and I understand, but there still has to be some sort of balance. And I know that your father represents that well for the body of Christ.
Yes, he does. That's one of the things that he makes sure that the main message is always going to be first and foremost, because if we're not winning souls to the kingdom, the rest of it is all done, is of ill effect. I mean, because we're not getting the main goal is to win souls for the kingdom. And we know that as time goes along, people, they may sing a little different, people may, but there's still a core value that we must continue to stay clear of, and a very no blurred lines, very distinct lines between one and the world and of God. But my dad, as a pastor, he's now passed on the pastorship onto my oldest brother, Walter McGrew Jr. But he is still very, very active as our presiding bishop over our church organization. So he keeps a very watchful eye, and a very watchful spiritual eye, to make sure that the main goal is always done, and that's God's will, his purpose, his word, and winning souls for the kingdom.
Amen. God bless. Amen. Yeah. Hopefully one day I can get down there to come down there and you know, it's with the son or whatever, just to, because I'm pretty sure, you know, the anointing drips down, you know, so yeah, so you know, anything you can get close, you know, to that's a blessing. So
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we here today honoring amazing dads on the PIC TV network broadcast today. And then we have Dr. Sheila McGrew from Alabama, and Minister Greg is on today from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm from Washington, D.C. So I want to talk to our audience about a movie that I have out, a mini movie. It's called The Making of a Good Father. Yes, my mini movie, my first mini movie is on Dash. It's only 6 minutes. It's a short film. We're gonna watch some of that in a few minutes, and yeah, we can elaborate and let you guys see me acting. This is my first time acting and producing, directing, and you know, it's my first mini movie short film that I'm bringing to the public. Now I have some short films out there. If you go to PIC TV Mini Movies, you can see all of my short films, but this is the first one. I'm really shy, y'all. I don't like to show myself on the big screen and stuff, but since it's Father's Day, I'm going to do something. But I want to talk to Dr. Sheila and Minister Greg about, Greg, we talked about this the other day, about being there for your kids, even though some people are divorced, but you never divorced your kids. You never left your kids. Can you talk about that? Because there's a hard situation that some people are going through right now. Maybe you can help somebody who may be in a situation or circumstance where, you know, that mother don't want him to see the kids and she's taking it out on him, and he's just frustrated and, you know, feel like giving up and throwing in the towel. Can you elaborate on being a good dad even when you and your spouse are not together again? I don't know how to do that. Can you talk to us, Greg?
Well, like I told you earlier, it's like, you know, unfortunately, my kid's mother, we didn't make it, but I didn't divorce, and this is a saying. It's sad, but it's a saying that I didn't divorce you. I divorced the mother, and sometimes what happens in the line of that emotional fire, we tend to use the kids as hostage, and we try to feel as we think that we're getting back at the mother by alienating the kids as well, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a father, because they're innocent and they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. So I tried to stay in my son's lives, you know, as much as I could, you know, them growing up, even to this, you know, present day. And I would just say that, you know, even though it gets hard and, you know, your emotions are raw at times, you have to realize one of the things that I realized was it's not about you. After you have that first child, it's not about you anymore. And you can't be selfish, even though you have, I guess what you say, moral right to say, I'm angry, I'm upset, and we acknowledge that. So one thing we're not going to do is pretend that those feelings aren't there. Okay. But you have a moral obligation to set the trend, to help the legacy of your family trend in the right direction by establishing that relationship with your kids. And and I know it's hard, but you have to learn how to separate those emotions of anger, hurt, and disbelief, and replace that with support, love, and guidance, even though you and your spouse aren't together anymore. And trust me, it is easier said than done. You know, I was listening to one of internet personalities, and he said that most spouses, when they're getting divorced, they're still actually in love with the other one. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. And sometimes you have to love them enough to let it go, because the last thing you want to do is to further perpetuate a toxic environment for those kids. So you can actually do more harm than good in trying to, and some people just want to try to save the family, and sometimes it's just, it just doesn't work. So we have to, by default, resort to, okay, I'm going to stay in my kids' lives no matter what. And it can be rather challenging because, we know when we're in a state of emotional frenzy, I don't want him to see the kids. I don't want him, I'm not going to tell him when the games are and all that. What I suggest you do, you're going to have to find a way to overcome that and still participate. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And once that spouse, knows that you're in it for the long haul, a lot of times they will subside and they will acquiesce. And because after all, the kids, the one thing you have to understand is that the kids are not going to stay kids forever. So they're eventually going to see whatever behavior is said or not said, or whatever lies are made up. Eventually truth will come out, and you don't want to be on the other end and find out where you have to explain to do as well. Well, I tried to, he tried. No, Mom, he didn't, because I've been seeing him. He's been consistent. So after a while, you're going to have to, when you get found out, you're going to have to explain yourself. But in my conclusion, I would say the only way you're going to get through this is with prayer and a relationship with God. That's the only way you're going to be able to get through this, because trying to do this out of your flesh, out of your soulish behavior, you will lose, because it can be exhausting to try and, fight that good fight without God. It's not a good fight of faith. It's a good fight of flesh. And that over a period of time, you will implode. I've seen it happen with close friends, up in personal. I've seen some examples of that in my own relationships, but that's what the only thing I have to offer you is a relationship with God, and take those wounds, those verbal shots that attack your heart, your fiber, your being. The only thing that can retard or slow the slug down from penetrating your heart is God's love. And that's Pastor Dave, that's what all I can say on that subject matter, because we go through this every day. Somebody's getting, it's unfortunate, but every day family is being broken up physically and emotionally. That's pretty much my thoughts on that, sir.
No, now that was great. You did that in a very professional way. For those who are watching right now, you're just tuning in, you're just surfing through the internet, or you're on PIC TV network. We're honoring amazing fathers, and I want to salute Minister Rob Gregg. He is an amazing dad. He loves his kids. His kids is there. Matter of fact, one of his kids is in college playing football, and I'm gonna look for him when next time I see him playing. I think Grambling, he's playing down there.
No, he's at Alabama State.
Oh, Alabama State. So that's down there by you, Dr. Schiller.
Yeah, he's at Alabama State.
Dr. Schiller, you got a game to go to, right?
Yeah, we got Alabama State. Anytime when people think of Alabama, they only think of the big guy, the University of Alabama. But
I have to correct people. They say Alabama. I said no, Alabama State. I said, Lord knows he wish he played for Alabama, and so do I. Because that's one step close to the NFL. But anyway, he played for Alabama State. That's always a lofty goal. But I tell him, I said, yeah, I told him Pastor Dave, I told him, I said, listen, I said, you know, when I looked around the stadium and I saw, you know, I said, man, to me, you already made to the NFL, because to play Division I football is not an easy, you know, task. You know, I mean, let alone trying to go to the NFL where only 1% actually make it. But I said, to even play at this level and for somebody to want you, you know, that's a blessing. Because I, as a, you know, dad, I was like, well, man, I mean, what, you know, because he went to St. John's, Pastor Dave, prep college in DC. So, you know, that's that they play a national level. So, and I'm like, man, ain't anybody, you know, all of us, man, you know, I started getting kind of mad. I was like, man, but then, you know, God has him where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the bottom line. I said, man, go where you're wanted, not where you're tolerated. You know, but it's hard when you're 19. It's hard when you're 18 and you're 19 years old and your friends are going to play for Oregon and Georgia and what they call in big time college football Power 5. And I was like, listen, if you good, even at the HBCU, they'll find you.
They
you
will
know,
find
in other words, and I told him, I said, if you think about it, it's less pressure than, because what they don't tell you is how many of those Power 5 schools, how many of those athletes end up coming to HBCUs. Because when you go to those big schools, it's 20 of you. You might have been a 4-star 5. It's 20 of you. And, you know, and he called me one day. He said, Dad, I'm telling you something. Even at, you know, Alabama State, and I'm not trying to diminish the program, but he said, Dad, it's about business. I said, yeah, I know. It's about, you know, making them bowl games, and it's about making the school money. So I said, now, can you imagine trying to play for them schools? And the depth chart is so deep. So I just praise God that he's where he's supposed to be. And Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. is a great coach. He's a Christian man as well. And I'm just, you know, I'm down and so proud of him, you know. So I'm just looking for great things his sophomore season coming up.
Yeah, and I'm so proud. I can tell you're a proud dad. I know he's going to be watching this show. You can give him a shout out to him. PIC TV Network. We're going to take a commercial break, folks. Don't touch that dial. You got to watch to the end because we got something special to show you on my PIC TV mini movie. It's only 6 minutes. It's a small short film, but I'm going to share this with you guys. You got to stick around to see it. And we are so happy today to have these Father's Day tributes to all of you who are watching right now. Yeah, I hope that you just continue to be blessed. Check this out.
Hey friend, I've got some super exciting news to share with you in the world of technology. Dr. David Evans has just introduced the PIC TV Network AI VIP voice promo, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Now, you can take your next event to a whole new level of awesomeness by getting the VIP voice promo. Imagine the possibilities. To learn more and seize this fantastic opportunity, give him a call at 240-423-9820. Embrace the tech revolution and get ready for some serious fun. Let's celebrate together.
You know, one of the beautiful things I love about recording mini movies on PIC TV Network is how mini movies are real, they're original, and people love them, you know, because we record with you in mind. For those who are watching right now, we're in California recording these last mini movie, 98. That means we only have 2 more mini movies to go. We are here at this beautiful Jackie Robinson Memorial here in beautiful California, and we're honored to be on such a beautiful place. PIC TV mini movie, 98 stars right now. I can't let y'all see all of the mini movies. You only gonna see a little bit of it. So if you want to see the mini movies, you got to go over to PIC TV mini movies on YouTube. You can see we got over 100, and I started shooting those in Washington D.C. And when we were in California last year, we shot 100 short films. 100, and we're over that now. But I got a special treat for you. We have a Father's Day mini short film that I did produce and direct, and we're gonna have my cast in here. They're gonna be going over my movie with me. We're gonna be stopping it and just going through it a little bit. But it's called "Make Me a Good Father." And before we go into that presentation, I want to honor my dad, Dr. Sheila McGrew. My father, John Evans, has made me the man that I am, because I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for Father Evans. You know, that's my dad. He raised 9 kids. He is a father of love. He gave us everything he had. I had a close relationship with my dad before he went to heaven. I worked with him every summer. His room was right beside him and Mama's room on Spring Road. I used to sneak in that room and jump in the bed with them. The most beautiful, safe feeling is just like being in between mom and dad when you sleep. If you haven't experienced that, it's a beautiful thing. Mom on one side, dad on the other side, you in the middle. Nothing like that, you know. And I want to honor my dad on this amazing day that we have for honoring fathers tributes. Father Evans in heaven, and maybe you're like me. You have your dad may be in heaven, but he always will live in your heart. So doing this, the making honoring amazing dads like Dr. Sheila. You know, my dad and your dad look a little bit alike. Let me see something. They look a little alike. Look at that. Look at your dad and look at my dad. They kind of like they might have partied together when we were kids. They might have cut a rug. So we honoring Father Evans. We honoring Dr. Sheila McGrew's dad, and we want to honor your dad. This is something that we're doing all week long, and we got Rob going to bring his dad's picture on the next segment. So we have amazing dads this week. So this is the first kickoff. We're going to also have amazing dads tomorrow, which is on Thursday, 8 p.m. We're going to bring some more guests on Friday, 8 p.m. Bring some more guests on Saturday, 9 p.m. and then Sunday, 8 p.m. So we honoring dads all week. And your amazing dad can be in here. You can chat in with us. I hear the dog popping. He just want to come on TV. We got a dog show. We got a dog show. Don't leave him out. He's coming on PIC TV Network on the Pet Show. I love to hear the dog and the pets popping on. Yeah, so folks, PIC TV Network, again, I want you to be blessed. You know, our network is your network on Roku, and those who want to support PIC TV Network, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a minute, and like Dr. Sheila McGrew does every month, she's our #1 supporter with the PIC TV Network to make sure our shows and programs go on. You can support the PIC TV Network right now with a special gift. You can send a special donation right now to Cash App. We want to help some families out there too. Cash App the PIC TV Network right now. You can PayPal the PIC TV Network right now. We'll give you a special gift that's to come on TV. You can come on TV just like we on and be a co-host with Dr. Evans and the PIC TV Network family. So take a moment, screenshot that. People coming on there. Look at these numbers popping up. PayPal. Let's support the PIC TV Network. Our network stays alive because of your support. Dr. Sheila, tell everybody what's important to you by supporting PIC TV Network? Because you do this every month. You don't miss. Tell people why you do that, Dr. Sheila McGrew.
Yes, I support PIC TV Network with more than just words. A lot of us can sometimes say what we would like to see in our neighborhoods and in our communities, but anything that someone puts together, whether it is a TV network, whether it is a special event, whatever it is someone puts together, they have to put their time and energies in it. And those things don't come free. And for many of them, because of the love, the labor of love, they actually you take those funds out of their own pockets. But when we as a community all come together to support a good wholesome cause for our community, it means everything. Now with PIC TV Network, this is a network. It is the People's Investment Channel, and it is by us, for us, the regular ordinary person, to be on that level playing field, to get on NBC, ABC, Fox, and some of the other major networks. You're going to have so many thousands of dollars, some type of leg in, or some big news thing that broke out or something, and someone wants to interview you. You're not going to just be able to just buy airtime and get on. But with PIC TV, it opens that playing field for people to expose their talents, expose their gifts. If they have a pop-up shopping media platform, and or if they go out and have a kiosk in the middle of the mall, they can actually come on to PIC TV and utilize our shopping channel. We have cooking shows where someone, if they have gifts in cooking, or we have our virtual book fair every month. We have so many avenues where regular ordinary people can get on television and have their exposure. You don't see that every day, but we have that with PIC TV. Now, the more people that support PIC TV, the more people that put their finances in PIC TV, then the better we can get better equipment, hone more skills, and be able to bring in more talent, to bring in more experience, to the point to where we will look just as polished as some of the major networks. Now, everything has a beginning, and we are so happy and grateful that Dr. Evans, in honor of his sister, started this out. It first just started out with a small idea of I believe, just a show or maybe one channel. And from there, it turned into a network. Well, from there, it can come to even more, but it takes all of us together working for a major purpose and goal. And if you want to get your products out there, if you want to get a thought out there or a television show, you can have your own talk show talking about issues in your community, talking about women's issues, talking about children's issues, talking about, as we were just talking about today, what it means to be a father. There are men who have platforms that are great dads, and they have an avenue out there to where now they can actually teach other young dads how to be great fathers. We have a platform for you here on PIC TV. Regardless of whatever it is that you do, we have a platform. But no platform can exist without your support. So we ask that you use your finances and support this great cause, not only for yourself, but for your community and for your future. That is the reason why I support PIC TV.
And what I love about PIC TV Network, we're more than just a television network. Dr. Schiller knows that around the holidays, we have Project Smile. So we give away toys, and we give away gift cards, and we give away items to families in need, food. You know, Dr. Schiller has been with me for 4 years. She's a business manager, and she gives every month to support this network. And can you imagine smiles on kids' faces? Last year, we gave away toys for the kids at Project Smiles. Dr. Schiller, one of the kids said, "This is the best day of my life." He was so small. He said, "This was the best day of my life." I almost broke down and cried because it was a toy. But to him, Dr. Schiller was more than a toy. It was a beautiful...
we're talking about fathers. Yes, sir. We're talking about fathers. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dr. Evans, but it reminded me something about what my dad said. As I said before, my dad lost his parents when he was a very young and early age. And Christmas time was not as festive in the house, growing up poor, as opposed to one who had so much. But to have a program like we have with Project Smile, what if someone at that time when he was so little, at the age of 6 and 9, losing his parents, someone came into the community and had toys and gifts. When he was little, he thought that Santa Claus didn't love him because he would give gifts to the kids down in the street and he wouldn't have anything. That's how his child mind was thinking. But what if there was a community where they got together and they did something like Project Smile, and you can change a child's life? For that child to say, this is the best day of my life, I immediately thought of my dad. What if somebody did that for them? You can be a part of that with PIC TV. And it's just a wonderful thing, the different things that we do throughout the year for kids and communities. That's what it's all about. Building strong communities, build strong neighborhoods and families. So it is just a wonderful thing with Project Smile, wonderful thing.
This is what we do. We'll be right back after this.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Today we are making a film about subverting stereotypes in cinema when it comes to Black people and the portrayal of Black people in television and film.
For me, widening the screen is basically taking a look at life in the middle for Black people, a normalization of Black life to allow people to see themselves in Black life.
We're going to embrace the whole culture. You know, once we start seeing different avenues and different spectrums, I feel like the boundaries get pushed.
It's always great when the cast and when our crew is representative of us. It's mostly, a Black crew.
As the producer of the film, I primarily was responsible for coordinating a lot of the crew and talent that we hired for the production, from director to DP and our editor. And this is the first time in my career of almost 20 years of producing film that I've seen that.